Hi, welcome to the 5th episode of Knits and Pieces. I'm Jaclyn.
I'm Noelle.
And this is Zoey.
I am Jaclyn's mom and Zoe's grandma.
We're coming to you today from London.
London, and it is June the 6th.
Yep.
Yep, and it's actually a little cooler today than what it,
it's
what
been
it has been
summer
in London.
temperature,
So
but
it's been nice for
cooler.
knitting, but
Yeah.
it'd be nice to have a little bit warmer weather. Anyway,
Yeah.
so in our 3G section this time, we've got some knits that we want to share that are all knit in Americo cotton.
Yeah.
So Jaclyn, if you want to go first and tell us what you're wearing.
So mine is the Featherweight cardigan by Hannah Fettig, and it's knit in Americo cotton flame, which is 100%.
Yeah, it's 100%
right?
cotton, and it's kind of a thick and
Thick
thin.
and thin, yeah.
But it feels really nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's actually like pretty lightweight.
Yeah. Well, I think
Featherweight,
that
guess.
the whole cardigan took, I think it was 2 skeins.
Of the-
Yeah, so it's less than like 200 grams in the whole sweater.
Yep.
So, and then Zoe's item, she doesn't have it on, but we'll show it to her. Zoe, what's this?
Do you want your blanket? Yeah.
So, Zoe has a blanket, and it is done in Americo. It's called Bebe. It's spelled Bebe, and it's specifically like a cotton
Nice
that they've
soft,
got that's
yeah.
really nice for baby knits. And this pattern is a pattern that actually, if you buy the yarn from Americo, they give you the pattern.
Yep.
So it's basically like a basket weave pattern, and the color's like a soft, would you say melon? Kind of?
Yeah.
A beigey, warm, creamy. Anyway, gender neutral anyway.
Like,
So
hey
you
color
could,
almost, like hey. Sort of.
yeah, so you could
Yeah.
use it for either a boy or a girl. And then mine is actually an item that you can wear 3 ways. So I'm just wearing it now as a cowl, but if I take it off, you can also wear it, if you open it up like this, I won't put it on, but you can wear it actually as like a little vest. Or you can actually put it, I won't put it all on, but you can put it over top like this, and then you can put the bottom band around your waist, and you can kind of wear it like a little top over, like if you were wearing a tank top or
Yeah.
something underneath, or a camisole. And this is in the Pima cotton lace. So it's 100 grams, but it's, I think, 437 yards. So it's kind of actually more like a fingering weight, like they call it lace, but it's really knits more like a fingering, but it's really nice and soft.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. So that's our 3G section for this week.
Yeah.
And you saying bye, Zoe?
Saying bye. It's bedtime for Zoe.
Yeah, it's bedtime for Zoe, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, so Miss Zoe is finally down, so we can continue on.
Right, so we're going to go through some admin first. So go ahead.
So we're going to talk about our giveaway for the skein from Candy Coated Yarns that we asked you what you like to knit on in the summer,
yeah.
right? So we had a lot of people enter, and what we got, like socks.
Socks. A lot of people said socks. I mean, for me, like especially if you're knitting outside, I don't want to be
something
knitting
lighter.
on something that's heavy in my that. But a lot of people said as long as you're inside, they
It
still
doesn't
pretty
matter.
much knit.
I mean, I'm in that camp because
Yeah.
I don't knit as fast as you, so I'm just working on whatever I've got on the go, right?
Yeah, but I like to knit lighter things too, so that I can wear them when I'm done.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, if I have a sweater that I want to work on and I'm inside and it's not that hot,
Doesn't really matter.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So
So, saying that, we've picked the winner, and the winner of the skein of Candy Coated Yarns, that I'll show you once more, that this is one of a kind on Candy Coated Yarn Sweet Base, which is 75% merino, 25% nylon, by Crafty Mama Designs.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner is Astrid Parisia?
well,
Patricia?
Astrid is her Ravelry name,
Right.
right? So her Ravelry username is Astrid, and then
Yep.
her first name is
Patricia?
Patricia.
Sorry if we're not pronouncing
Yeah,
that
sorry
right.
if you're not pronouncing it right.
She's from Portugal, and she likes to knit with cotton in the summer, some bags and cotton tops.
Yeah, because she
So-
said it's kind of too hot to work with wool in the
Wool in
summer,
summer,
so she
yeah.
switches to cotton.
So congratulations,
Yeah.
and get a hold of Mom on Ravelry with your contact information, and we'll get the yarn out to you.
Yep. So just message me on Ravelry, put your full name, your address, and I'll get that in the mail once I hear from you.
Yeah.
Okay. And thanks to everybody that entered.
Yeah.
So
Speaking about our Ravelry group, we wanted to talk about our cowl that we're doing for our summer tops. We're going to extend the deadline to the end of August.
August, yeah, just to give people more time.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, I'm working on a summer top, but it's going to take me probably at least till August. We'll hopefully,
we'll see. But anyway, we're just going to give people more time. And if you knit more than one garment, you can enter.
Yeah, enter as many times as you want.
So basically you have to knit a short sleeved or a sleeveless garment. It doesn't have to be a top. It can be like a dress.
Yep.
In fact, I did a baby dress already that I could enter. It was short sleeved. Yep. So as long as it's short sleeves or sleeveless, it can be
any size.
Yeah, any size. So adult or child or baby.
Yep.
So it could be a top, a cardigan, a t-shirt, a tank. So lots of things that you could get in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on our Ravelry group. Yep, there's a thread for it. So there's a chatter thread too if you want to post about what you're working on. So get your finished objects in, and we'll put a nice prize together for that at the end of August.
Yeah. So should we talk about our next giveaway?
Yeah. So there's a new indie dyer, well, relatively new. I believe they started maybe a few months ago, and it's Leo and Roxy Yarn Company, and they're basically located in the London area. They've given us a giveaway so that we can share their yarn with you. So this is a sock set, and I think it's really cool. The colors are amazing.
Yeah.
So if you can see how vibrant those colors are, the two colorways are, Jaclyn, you can tell them what the colorways are.
So they are Stephen West, which is this very
guess
bright,
which one.
The bright color, of course.
So just the kind of colors that Stephen West uses, and then the other one is
West in the dark.
So that would make a really cool pair of socks.
Because it's got kind of like the exact same colors, but just like
in the dark background.
Yeah, in the dark background, just showing up.
Yeah. So and it's 113 grams. So there's 240 grams of this one, the West in the dark, and then there's 180 grams of Stephen West. So I mean, there's lots to do. Your heels, toes, cuffs, if you wanted to, in the brighter color, and then do the body of your sock in the darker color. Okay, so in order to qualify for this giveaway, all that you've got to do is I'll put all the instructions on a thread in our Ravelry group. So you have to go to Instagram and follow Leo and Roxy. And again, we'll put that link into the Ravelry thread. And also follow, they've got a group in Ravelry. The Ravelry group is also Leo and Roxy. Yeah, so we'll put all that information in the thread. So once you do that, just go into our thread and put down what you think you would knit with this, whether you'd knit socks or whether you'd knit something else. Okay? And we'll draw for that just before the next podcast. But I think that's a really cool colorway. Like I'd like to knit socks
really
with
fun,
that. Yeah. So thanks very much to Jaclyn and Carrie for giving that to us for a giveaway. And they've been so generous. They've also offered a coupon code for our viewers. So if they've got a website, it's Leo and Roxy Yarn Company.com. Co.
Leo and Roxy yarnco.com.
Okay. Anyways, we'll also
put everything
put a link
in
to that into the description in the Ravelry thread. But if you go to their website and you want to purchase something, they've given us a coupon code so that you can get 20% off. So the coupon code is Knits and Pieces 20, and again, that'll all be in the Ravelry thread, and that'll get you 20% off your purchase. And if you want to avoid shipping charges and you live in the London St. Thomas area, if you put in the coupon code LRMPICKUP, you can also go to the Little Red Mitten and pick it up without paying any shipping charges. Okay? So thanks again, Carrie and Jaclyn. We really appreciate it, and we will put all of that information into our Ravelry group. So just go like them or follow them on Instagram, join the Ravelry group, and go into our group and tell us what you would knit with the yarn.
And they do ship internationally, correct?
Yes, they do. Yep. And they are on an actual website. It's not through Etsy. Like, you can go right into their website.
Yeah. So check them out.
Yeah. And the yarn's really nice. We'll show you some things that we're knitting with it later. It's really nice yarn. Okay. So I think that's it for admin. Yep. So we're going to move on to finished objects. Yeah. So do you want to go first?
Sure. I'll go first. I don't have very many this time compared to Mom. Like normal, I
don't have a baby to look after. I have more time to knit.
So this is exciting.
It is exciting.
This is my very first pair of socks finished. Finally.
Yeah.
I'm so happy the way they turned out. I just never thought that I would actually be able to knit a pair of socks.
Did I keep telling you it was easy? Did I keep telling you?
Yeah. I guess when we went through all the steps, now looking back, nothing's overly hard.
No.
I know when Mom first told me that we were going to do the afterthought heel,
Yeah.
which meant that we would have to cut the yarn. I was very, very worried and
Well,
concerned.
she made me cut the first one.
Yes, you showed me. And the second one, it was...
Well, you thought you were going to have to cut all the way across
Yeah, that's what I thought.
the whole
You
heel.
just snip once.
You just have to cut one stitch, and then you just
Pull it
kind of
out,
pull it
yeah.
back with a needle. So it's
So...
as long as you cut the
the right
stitch.
one. Then you're okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, these were knit in the Zen Yarn Gardens.
Yep.
Well, it was an oak colorway.
Right. And was it their 80/20?
It was their 80/20.
Yeah.
I've tried them on. They feel really nice.
Yeah,
Of
they
course,
look
it's
really
not
nice.
sock weather now, but
No.
but today was kind of cold. I
Shorties. You
could
gotta
have,
make
but
shorties.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked the way they turned out, and I've been following them on Instagram, and actually, there's some colorways that I really like. So I
Yeah.
might have to do another pair of Zen Yarn Gardens
Yeah.
socks. So
Yeah, but there's lots. Theirs is really nice, but once you start knitting socks, there's so many sock yarns out there.
Yeah,
it's-
I do have a lot of yarn that I've got to
Yeah.
knit up.
Okay, so my first finished object here is my Lisa Let shawl that I was working on last time.
So pretty.
So we'll hold it up there. Can you? Yeah, you can hold that end. Okay,
Like the-
and it is done in HiKoo Concentric, and it's the Trixie colorway. It's 100%
Baby
baby
alpaca,
alpaca, yeah, and it's a
So
200 gram
nice.
ball, and there's 400 yards. So the pattern, the Lisa Let, is by it's thread and ladle, but her name is, just a minute here. I know I have this down somewhere. Her name is Beatrice Perron Dahlen. Okay, but she's got a website called Thread and Ladle, and she's got lots of nice patterns. This one was actually called for a fingering weight, but the HiKoo is like a
worsted weight.
a worsted
right?
weight, yeah. So I just went up to bigger needles. So I've got a bigger shawl than probably her smallest size.
Yeah.
And one of the changes I made when I got down to the end, I just kind of did this bottom border with the lace for as much yarn as I had.
Yeah.
And then the pattern actually called for a I-cord bind off. But with the Aran weight, I thought that was kind of heavy. So I started doing it, and I didn't really like the way it looked on the heavier yarn. So I just ended up doing this kind of little picot edge that's just, I don't know, I think it looks nice with
yeah.
the pattern, and it just finishes it off.
Yeah.
So, and I think I had like maybe
That much
that much
left.
of a piece of yarn left, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to use it to its fullest. So,
Speaking of our yarn left too, I was worried about my socks.
But did
I was
you have
worried
any
But I
left?
had I do have I have this much left.
Well, that's not even well, you didn't,
No,
you
there's
haven't weighed it.
I haven't weighed it, but
But there's probably enough to knit Zoey a pair there.
you think so?
Yeah, I think, well, if you put something else in for like maybe the toe and
So
the heel.
heels?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well,
Maybe she'll have
oh
a matching
yeah,
pair.
you'd have to weigh it, but I think there's lots there to do
Yeah.
a pair.
Baby socks. Now I have to do my first pair of baby socks.
Yeah, that's right. You have to do still all the same techniques.
Yeah, I know. It's just much smaller.
Yeah. Okay, so this is my second whip.
I
Whip,
love
not whip.
this.
Whip, finished object.
Can I have this?
Okay, so can you hold
Yeah.
that up that end? This is my hipster shawl by Locatelli.
Mhm.
So I was in Feather Your Nest one day, and Terry was knitting one in cashmere. It was just like amazing. But I had this at home. This is actually a cotton cashmere by Debbie Bliss, and I really love the shawl. And I only have a really light fingering weight black shawl, so I thought, well, it would look nice in the
Nice,
black.
yeah.
And because it's cotton in it, it's really a nice shawl even for this time of year.
Yeah.
You could throw it around your shoulders,
Yep.
and I love the fringe detail.
Yeah.
I haven't decided yet. I might cut it a little bit shorter, the fringe. I don't know.
I don't know. I
You like it like that?
Yeah.
So I really like it so much that I think I'm gonna do
Another one?
Yep.
I want to do one too.
So, and that was done. What size needles did I use? I used a 5.5 millimeter needle for that, and I like the drape of the yarn and the size that it turned out.
Yeah.
And really pleased with it. And this pattern here, the cross pattern, like it looks actually a lot more complicated than it actually is. It's actually really quite easy to do. It's just kind of drop stitches and then you just cross them over.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really not very difficult at all. So the shawl, basically, it doesn't take very long to knit out.
do?
No.
Yeah, but you knit really fast.
Well, I know, but it's still like you're on bigger needles. It's
Yeah.
Almost, this is at least a worsted weight in this, almost an Aran. So it works up, at least
Pretty
with
quickly.
this yarn, it works up
Yeah.
relatively quickly. So,
Yes,
Okay.
I want to do one of those, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You might as well go again. 'Cause I only got. I only have
Okay.
one more.
well, remember last time I didn't have any sock whips,
Right.
and you were kind of like
I was
giving me a hard time.
I was giving you a
about
hard
not having
time. So you didn't have
socks.
socks. How didn't you have socks?
Okay, well I have.
She had to make up for it.
Anyway, so I have a few pairs of socks.
Just a few.
So this is my first one, and this is called Vanilla is the New Black. So what's different about this sock is the heel. So if you look at that heel, it's knit right in when you go along, but the heel is kind of ripped, and you keep knitting all in one piece. So I don't know if you can you see that in the, if you hold the close
Yeah, I
up?
can kind of see
And
it.
actually, it's kind of nice too, because those socks, I could actually turn them inside out and wear them inside out, because the heel's exactly the same on the front as it is on the back. So, and this yarn is Opal, and it is in the colorway, it's actually called Beerenstein, but Beerenmix, but I think it means, like, by looking at the color of it, I think that means berry mix, not,
Oh, okay.
not Beerenmix. But anyway, yeah, so I really like those. And the pattern, again, is Vanilla is a New Black, and it's by Anna Fletcher.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so
And another pair of socks.
then I also made another pair of socks. So these ones are the 2-color sock by Joji Locatelli. And I changed it a little bit, the pattern a little bit. The pattern called for a heel flap and gusset, and it was in the same color as this, but I kind of like the
Smooth
contrast
operator.
heel, so I did an afterthought heel and put in the contrast color.
Yep.
The other change that I made was in the pattern, when you do the switching of your colors for the stripes, they kind of had it going down the side, so it would be on the inside of each of your legs.
Okay.
So then it
Yep.
meant you had to do like a little bit different for each sock. So instead of doing that, I just, when I went to do the heel part, I rearranged my stitches so that would go down the back of the leg, because then it's just kind of like a seam going down the back of the leg.
Yeah.
And you can't really see it anyway using the jogless method. You don't know what the jogless method is. Well, it's when you're doing stripes. It's just a method that you can use so that because when you're going around, you're kind of like knitting. You keep going up, so it's more like a spiral as opposed to
So you're
going
going,
around in
yeah.
a thing. So
Yep.
if you do this jogless stripe, it kind of keeps them more even.
Even.
So, yeah, so I really like these. And this yarn is, it's from Touch Yarns, and it's called Magic Merino, and it's from New Zealand. So I think in the last podcast, I talked about a friend who went to New Zealand and brought me back some touch yarn. Well, he had to go back to New Zealand again, and he said, well, I'm going to be near the yarn store. I can bring you back.
Of course.
I can bring you back whatever.
Yep.
So I looked on their website and I picked out some colors in their Magic Merino, and I really like it. It's actually quite light.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice socks for like the fall and the spring when you still want something on, but it's not too heavy. It is a merino nylon, but it's just, if you feel it, it's lighter than some.
Oh yeah.
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 But it feels really nice.
Yeah, it does.
So, and these colors are called Shell and Bendigo, and I think it's got to do with places in New Zealand.
Oh, that makes sense.
So,
Yep.
okay. And I've got another pair of socks.
Another pair.
Another pair of socks, yes.
You made up for it more.
Yeah. So these are, again, one of my favorite sock patterns. Yeah, you can hold those. And that's called Socks on a Plane, and it's by Laura Linneman, and I think this is about maybe the 5th pair of Socks on a Plane that I've done. And it's done in Socks That Rock, and that's by Blue Moon Fibre Arts. This colorway is called Old Speckled Hen. Okay, and then I wanted something, just a little contrast in the heel. So the heel is also Socks That Rock, but it's called Pond Scum. Okay, and the Socks That Rock is 100% merino, but it's got a tight twist in it.
To it, so
yeah,
it's
so it's okay for socks. And these socks are for our friend Clive, who brought me all the yarn back from New Zealand. So
It's a nice
for doing that
gift,
for me, I just knit him a pair of socks. So he won't be able to wear them till it gets a little cooler out, but he'll have them and they'll be ready.
Or if
So-
you've got cold feet.
Yeah, and again, I did the afterthought heel, plain rounded toe. Those ones are top down. I think the pattern is actually toe up, but I like to do them top down. Yeah. Okay,
Is that it for socks?
that's it for socks. Okay, so do you have something else?
Yes, I do. So I have some more dishcloths.
Okay.
Of course. So for Mother's Day, I know we talked before that we weren't going to have any more acquisitions for a while.
That was not true.
Well, that's not true.
No, it's true that we talked about it.
Well, we talked about it, yes. But, I mean, it was Mother's Day. And we had talked, like, a long time ago about putting in an order for some Dishy.
Mm-hmm.
So, for Mother's
But I thought we decided we weren't going to get it till we did up the other cotton that we had.
I know, but I need to get you something for Mother's Day, and like I was like, this is perfect. So I put an order in for Dishy, so I got some for Mom, and then I had to get some for me too. So that being said, I've started to do a bunch because I ordered enough.
A lot.
I didn't realize that like one ball can make like 3 dishcloths.
Well, even one of the ones that I started already, like almost 4.
Yeah.
You could get almost 4
So-
dishcloths out of it.
I mean, I'll show a ball what it looks like, but this is actually, I don't even know how much. Oh, it's a 100 gram ball, but it's 190 yards.
Yeah.
So it does quite a few dishcloths. So I've done 3 that are part of a present that we're gonna send away as a housewarming gift.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done again the Louise Patterson, right? Super simple diamond dishcloth.
Yep.
So I've got one in light gray, variegated gray, and dark gray. And I'm probably going to do one more of each.
For a set. Or even
for the
3's
set.
nice in a set.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So,
you have some too.
but yeah, I've got a few finished too, because I had to start. I hadn't tried this yarn
You
before.
have more FOs than me, and then you knit an extra dishcloth to show me up.
Anyways, that was like, I can't remember the actual color, but that's like a
Like a-
tealy variegated. And then there's a dark
Dark
teal. I think that might have been called Lagoon. I didn't sew that end in yet.
Oh, there you go.
Lagoon.
It's not completely
And
finished.
then
Mint.
a mint color. And then I just did
Another
another one
of
in the teal. Yeah, and so I'm going to put some of them together in sets and try and get enough of them done so that at Christmas time I can put them together. And
Other
just,
sets.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really like it. And like I said, I couldn't believe when I weighed it after doing the first one that the variegated, it seemed like it, for some reason, took a little more, or maybe some balls are a little heavier than others when you start. But
Yeah.
I think the first one I did was the mint, and by the weight on that, I would have enough to do 4 dishcloths.
Yeah.
So
And we were talking about this. You do yours a little bit different, right? Because you did
mine's just got a
larger
2-stitch
border, right?
Yeah, mine's got a 2-stitch border, and then I kind of just slipped that first stitch to get the edge.
Yeah. Where
But-
I didn't do that, and mine are actually a little bit tinier than.
But you said you only went
Yours.
up to 45.
I only did
stitches.
45
I think I went
instead
up to
of
50. Yeah, but your knitting is tighter than
Yeah,
mine. For
so
sure.
mine are a little bit smaller, but I mean they stretch out when you use them anyway.
Yeah,
So.
I know, because yours are better squares than mine.
I don't think that they are. I think
Yes,
you're
they
crazy.
are. Look it. Anyway, I had to keep pulling mine to put them in shape.
But
Anyway,
I think
no, they look good.
They look good.
Yep.
So
Yep.
gray, of
So,
course.
I'm not going to worry too much about them not being perfectly
Well, no,
square
because
they're
like
dishcloths.
yeah, exactly.
So
So
Yeah,
your
so-
next FO.
my last FO, I don't have it with me. It was a little dress that I did for Molly.
Mm-hmm.
And the dress was called the Fairy Leaves Dress. It's by Yarnspirations Design, and it's, if you go into the Fairy Leaves Dress on Ravelry, it'll give you a link to the pattern. It's free. And I did it in Rico Design Baby Dream DK. So there's the label of the yarn. And we'll put a picture in to show what it looked like.
And what is the breakdown of that one?
I think it's acrylic, but it's 50% acrylic, 50% polyamide. But you
Okay.
felt it. It's
Yeah,
nice.
it
It's
feels
really
nice,
nice and
yeah.
soft. Yeah, and I mean it's nice for a baby dress because you can
wash it
You can wash it.
easily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put a picture of that in there.
Yeah.
So any more FOs?
No more FOs
No,
for me.
no more FOs for me either. So we'll move along to
Our whips.
our whips. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to whips.
Yep.
Okay, so our works in process. So my first one is my JC cardigan. I was working on this last time. It's basically, it's all cast off. All the edgings are done. I've still got to sew the ends in, and I've got to put the buttons on. So I did get some little buttons here that I think will look nice on it. They're just kind of little metal buttons, and the cardigan's got 10 buttons down it, so I didn't want to get any that were too big.
Yeah.
So the pattern I really like it. It turned out nice. It's got a nice pattern in the yoke up at the top of the sweater, and then a little bit of it repeats down in the,
This is Isabel Kramer, right?
yes,
Did you
down
say
in the
that or
bottom, not yet, down in the bottom. You have a little bit of design before you go into the rib. So the pattern is called JC, and it's by Isabel Kramer.
Yep.
and it is done in Blue Moon Fibre Arts Gaia fingering, which is 100% merino, but it's
Feels
not
really nice.
a superwash.
No.
Okay, and the color is called Heckley Speckley.
Yep.
And this whole sweater is one skein. And
So lucky that you're small and one skein will work.
Right there.
That's
what I had left. That's the yarn I had left. Actually, I had to make
the most out of it, isn't it?
I had to make the sleeves a little bit shorter. So the sleeves kind of only come to here.
That's okay.
But yeah, because I wanted it for a summer kind of to put over tank tops or camisoles, and just I usually push the sleeves up anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it looks fine. So I had to kind of, when I was at the end, I was knitting each sleeve from each end of the ball and then do a couple rows on here, then a couple rows on there, so that I could use up as much of the yarn as possible. So yeah, so I'm happy with it turned out, and hopefully next podcast I'll have the buttons and everything on, and you'll see it now.
Wear. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
So speaking of Isabel Kramer, my first whip that I still am working on is my baldrick sweater, which is coming along.
Yeah, you got a lot done.
Yeah. I'm pretty much. Oh no, this is the run. I have the right way. I'm pretty much working on the length right now, right? So it's not all garters. Not all stocking stitch, but a little bit of garter stitch on the.
It's got if you look down the side, down the panel.
Yeah.
Down here, if I can show that right. But it's got a nice garter stitch panel down the side with just a couple of stocking stitches in the middle of it. Yeah, it's pretty.
A little bit of something on the edge. And again, I'm doing this in the Cascades Eco Plus in the color Foxglove. And I have been working on this, but not as much because I cast on another project that's a little bit lighter, and I'm more now.
You said you were going to wear that when it was done.
I know, and I am. I'm working on 3. This is the thing, like. Before we talked about this, is that I used to be a very monogamous knitter that was like one project until it's done, but now I'm like, there's too many things that I want to work on, and I've still only got 3 on the go, but it's just dividing my time, which I want, which I have.
Well, really, you've got that, and you've got socks, and you've got your new sweater, and you've got dishcloths.
That's true.
So that's 4.
Oh, I guess. So I don't have any dishcloths actually cast on right now.
Okay, but
still.
Anyway,
yeah, so...
Yeah, it's coming along nicely.
Hopefully, like, the sleeves, I think this won't take too long once I get it.
No, and you can probably do the magic loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yep, no, it looks good.
So maybe next podcast I'll have it done. We'll see.
Yeah. So... Okay, so my next whip...
You're not done this one?
Yeah.
We showed this last podcast, and you're not done it yet. What are you not done? You just haven't sewn in the edges.
I just have to sew the ends in.
Oh well, that's not done. Doesn't really count.
It's not done. If the ends are not sewn in, it's not done.
Oh, he said stop. I was like, okay, never mind. Keep going.
Okay, so it's not done. Look at those ends still all have to get sewn in.
It's pretty much done.
Pretty much. Okay, so on this one, here's the end over here. I'll show you. I don't know what was up with me this week, but let me tell you, like, that was...
Oh my gosh.
That seriously was the yarn that was left. So I kind of had to leave one row out of the bottom and cast it off sooner.
Yeah.
But that was it. Now I still have some of the cream color left.
Yeah.
But
that's it
for the blue. Yep. So this pattern is called Myra, and it's by Beerenmix, which is Melanie Berg. And it's done in Jameson Ultra, which is their lace weight. Mm-hmm. So there's the Jameson. So it took 3 full balls of the
blue.
Yeah, I think it's called Iceberg. The blue's called Iceberg. So it took 3 full balls of that, and then I'd say 1.5 of the cream. Yeah. So, but it's a really light shawl, right? Because the balls are only 25 grams, so it's a really nice shawl. So what I think I might do, I've got still enough of this left, and because it's a triangle, I think I'm going to do tassels for like each.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Each point, yeah. And again, I think that'll be a nice shawl for summer because it's nice and light. Just throw it over. So I'll get those ends sewn in so that it can be like finished.
An FO for
podcast. That's right.
So talking about summer knits. Again, the new cast on that I have started is in the kestrel that Mom picked up when she was at the Toronto Knitters Frolic.
Yep.
And I am doing the Davis sweater by Pam Allen. And this is interesting to work with.
It's different. It's 100% linen.
Yeah.
So this is Quince & Co., right?
It's Quince & Co. Kestrel.
yeah.
In the colorway and Minos.
Minos, yeah. Which is
I
kind of
really
like a
the
taupey,
color.
purpley.
Taupey, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Taupey.
A taupey. That's a new word.
Color.
Taupe.
Yeah. But it's like, well, it's like ribbon almost, right?
Yeah,
like
but
the way
it's kind of like knit ribbon.
Yeah, like I will.
I don't know if you
How
can.
you can. If that'll
Is
show up.
it like tubular?
Kind of. Not really. It's flat. Like,
Oh, it's flat. Yeah, but
yeah.
I wondered if it was like a
It's got. It's all
Anyway,
linen.
it's neat.
It's linen.
Yeah.
100% linen.
Which it doesn't even feel that
No,
rough
so
right now, and I think it'll really, once you block it, it's really gonna soften
yeah.
up,
So,
too.
Mom and I had talked about this because she's like, when you join the balls together, we're gonna have to figure out like a way to do it
that's
because
quite
you can't really weave the ends in because
No.
you'd see it, right?
Yep.
Because, well, it's so like you can really see the
and
you'd
they're
be able
kind
to
of
see
thick, so
So Mom was like, yeah, we're gonna have to we'll have to find a way of
something,
how
yep.
to join it. So without Mom's help, I'm so proud of myself. I did this all on my own. No help from
I
Mom.
was surprised.
Yeah, is that actually I didn't even get through a whole ball when I came to like a knot in my first ball. So I had to do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
So I ended up finding a video using a Russian join.
Okay.
And I looked on, we'll link it below.
Yep.
But it was from Jimmy Bean's Wool.
Okay, they have a lot of good videos on different
Yeah,
things.
it was
yeah.
really like clear and
Yep.
precise, and like I only really watched the video once, and I
Yeah.
felt confident enough that.
Well, I know you sent me the link, and I looked at it, and I thought, wow, I've never done that before. I'm going to try it now,
Yeah.
too. So
I did practice with like some scrap yarn
Yeah.
before I did it on the Kestrel, even though the Kestrel is kind of much different, but you can do it with pretty much any type of yarn that's
Yep.
got, well, yeah, any type of yarn really,
Yep.
I guess. But you kind of just take a darning needle and loop it in on itself, kind of weave it in and out of the threads, and then you kind of have a loop on the end, and you stick the
Your
new
new yarn
yarn
in,
through
yep.
it, and then you kind of just do the exact same
On the other
thing.
side.
You loop it in, and then it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like, you know those like Chinese finger, do you know what I'm talking about? Where you put your like fingers in, and then when you pull it, it
Yeah.
stretches out tight.
Yep.
That's kind of what it does. Like when you pull it, it just kind of all interlocks
Yep.
together, and then it's really tight and secure. And like I was worried, I was like, when I was doing this isn't really gonna work. It was gonna come out like after
Yeah.
I knit it with, but it's super tight, and then you can just clip your tails.
After you block.
I left some extra.
Right.
So I clipped them a little shorter, but the tails are still in it. Like you can see.
Yeah.
where
So like
one of
once
my
you
knits
want to
right
make sure
here.
you block it first, right? And then
Yeah.
and then cut those off
And
after.
then cut them off after.
Yeah.
But what I was also reading about the Kestrel is that the more you wash it, the softer it gets.
yeah.
Because it's kind of crunchy almost
But
feeling.
most linens are like that, and
Until,
then the more you wash them,
the softer
they
they
soften
get.
up. Yep.
So, and it's really rolling right now, but I think once it gets longer
Well,
and you
block
block it,
yep.
it'll drape really nicely. So,
Yeah. That's pretty. I like it.
I'm really excited to do that. It's knit by it's bottom up.
Right.
So
in the round, right?
In the round, yeah. So I'm just working on essentially like the
Yeah.
length of it right now, but
And then what do you do? Split when you get to the sleeves?
when the sleeves, I think, and it's kind of like a drop shoulder, I think, sleeve.
Okay.
So I think it'll be a nice, like, hopefully I have enough
But you don't
to
like
do it.
what length were the sleeves in the
I think
pattern?
they were like 3/4 length.
So you could even, if you, depending on what you've got left, right? You can do your
shorter.
sleeves shorter. Yeah.
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 So-
Or order more yarn.
Order more yarn.
But it said that's how many balls it said you needed, right?
Yeah.
So,
So it's just that. Well, it's
Other
it's
than
the
if you
length.
knit
If
yours
I
a little
want it to be,
longer, then,
yeah.
yeah.
But I gotta decide that.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm doing
Yeah.
it, if it's from the bottom up. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to get this done. And like I said, I've been reaching for this, to do this more now that it's a little bit warmer weather out than my Baltic sweater, but I still really want to get that done too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a switch off between
Yep.
the two sweaters.
Yeah.
So what's your next whip?
My next whip is a pair of socks. I had
Yeah.
to make sure that I had a pair of socks as a whip.
Of course.
Because
Of course.
you would have not been happy with
No.
me if I didn't. Okay, so these ones are, I should grab a blocker here
I love this color.
so I can see it. Do you know what color it is?
Is this the deep underlenching?
Nope.
No?
This
Oh,
is
I know
Leo.
what this is. It's Leo and Roxy.
It is. It
This
is.
is the
It's
one
Leo
you
and
got.
Roxy.
It's McSteamy.
It is. So this is Leo and Roxy, and the colorway. They name all their gray colorways after Grey's Anatomy.
Yep.
So this one is called McSteamy. Well, these socks are for Dad, for Father's Day, right? So I had to get McSteamy, but I had to keep them honest. So this color here is called Pond Scum. So I had to throw in a little Pond Scum.
I like that it's got that nice little pop. That I really like.
Yeah, and this pattern is called, okay, you can hold it. It's called Athos Musketeer Socks, and it's bought by...
It's got a really cool kind of
pattern. It's a kind of a neat texture.
It's got like crisscross, like X's almost.
Yep. Okay, so this pattern is by OOAK Coffee, and if you actually look under that on Ravelry, there's lots of nice patterns that have different textures in them. Again, the yarn is by Leo and Roxy, and it is in their...
Is it 80/20?
It's the 80/20 sock. So it feels really nice.
Yeah, it does.
And the colors I really like the colors.
Yeah.
So, and I think I'm gonna do the heel in the Pond Scum. Now the Pond Scum is Socks That Rock. So that's Blue Moon Fiber Arts. And I think I'll do the heel, but I think I'm gonna leave the toe in the in the dark. So yeah, so I really like it. I really like the texture of the sock. I think they're gonna look nice when they're done.
Yep.
So
awesome. Yeah. So my last whip is also socks, of course, because I would get.
That's right. We always have that. We set a precedent. We always have to have sock whips.
Which is fine, because now that I'm doing socks, like I always want to have socks now.
That's right. That colorway is turning out so cool.
So this is the Blue Moon Tigger Targi,
right?
That I got on the Yarn Shop Day.
Yeah.
In the colorway River Rocked. And I'm not doing a pattern again, of course. Well, I am obviously doing a pattern, but not one that's available anywhere. I'm just doing a 1x1 rib.
Yep.
And then 3x1 knit purl.
Well, it's 3x1 is still not. It's knit 3 purl 1, but it's another rib. Like it's just a different rib.
Yeah, because you can kind of see it showing up there.
And actually, if you've not worked with a yarn before and you're not sure on sizing, if you do a rib, you can actually go a little bit bigger,
stretch, right?
and it will still like contract to fit the leg. So it gives you more versatility as far as what size it's going to fit. So.
And this is 100% Targi.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels really nice.
Is it 100% Targi? Do you have the ball?
I think
or does
so.
It have any
I've got another.
Okay.
Quickly check.
But yeah, that's the colors in that are turning out so nice, and it's so different how it knits up compared to what it looks like in the ball.
Yeah,
or in
here's the other color that I got, and it's 100% Targi wool. So yeah,
but I've done socks for Dad in this, and it actually wears nice. You just need to make sure that you hand wash it. Don't put it in the dryer.
And don't put it in the dryer. Yeah. So for these socks, I'm gonna do this 3x1 until the heel.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do the 3x1 on the front of the sock.
Yeah.
And then just stocking stitch
on the back. Yeah.
For the back and the heel and the toe. So.
And an afterthought heel.
Yes.
Yeah. You could actually even do your heel in like the gray.
Yeah, that would look cool.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Because that gray should, if
that'll work.
Yep. Or maybe the Pond Scum. I could give you some of my Pond Scum. Here, there's the Pond Scum.
Yeah. Yeah, that would look awesome.
Oh, that would look really good. Okay. I'll save you some Pond Scum to do it.
What do you mean?
Well, there's the Socks That Rock.
Socks
but that's okay.
Well,
You can still do that for the heel.
And the Socks That Rock, what is the breakdown of Socks That Rock?
It's 100% merino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you can still do that for the heel, and it's actually like a nice tighter twist. It might be better for the heel than the Targi anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I again, these, now that I've done a pair of socks, I think they just go a lot quicker.
I didn't think you'd have that much done actually, because I mean the ribbing, especially the knit 1 purl 1 ribbing takes longer.
A while. Yeah.
So and even the knit 3 purl 1 takes longer, but it does make a really nice sock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's good. Okay, and my last whip is another sock.
Of course.
Because I had to make sure I had some.
Look at this color.
I know, isn't that gorgeous? So this, look I'm not even at the end of a row.
Oh my gosh. What?
Anyway.
Finish that right now when we're talking.
No. This is another colorway by Leo and Roxy. This was the hashtag LYS 2018.
The local yarn shop.
Yeah, so it was hashtag local yarn store 2018. Yeah, so it was for local yarn store day. And again, this pattern that I'm doing is by OOAK Coffee, so same as the last pattern. And this one is called Longing for Spring. So I thought it was really pretty in the kind of like the greens and the different colors that are in it.
Yeah.
I'll just put it on here.
See the pattern a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check her out because
there's
is it difficult?
Really
like,
nice.
Would I be able to do that?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, and so I'm doing this, and I don't often do toe up, but I'm doing this toe up. This because the pattern was written toe up, and they kind of look like flowers, and I thought, well, it could go down, but I don't know if I'm going to like the way it looks, so I thought I'll just do it.
Do the pattern the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So, well, no, I'm going to do a different heel, but basically, but I did a Turkish cast on, and it's the first time I've done a Turkish cast on, and I actually really like it. Like if you look at the
Yeah.
So
how is that different then?
well, then what?
Well, then a regular how you would do a
Well,
toe.
Well, because I would knit down and I would have to Kitchener it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, but doing it this way, you kind of have to, the way you do it, you kind of cast on both sets of stitches at the same time.
Okay.
And then you're knitting up on each side, but still joining it. It's actually, the instruction for it is really easy, and I really like the way it looks, so I might start doing more socks toe up. Like toe up's nice because if I wanted to use all my yarn, if I divided that into like 2 balls, then I could make my leg as long as I wanted, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going top down,
you
can't do that.
Exactly.
So. Okay, so with this one, I think I'm going to do the heel and the cuff in the same yarn. And the yardage is really good in it. I think there's 113 grams in a ball of this, so there's a little more than like an average skein. But I'm going to do the heels and the toes the heels and the cuffs I'm going to do in the same yarn. But when I get to the cuff, I think I might do a like a mock cable in it.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a little bit different. Yep.
That'd be nice.
So anyway, so again,
pretty.
really like this yarn, and go check out what they've got because it's really nice yarn.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's it for our
That's
website.
it for our whips.
So on to acquisitions.
Okay.
So on to our acquisitions,
Which we weren't supposed to have any.
which we weren't supposed to have, but we do.
Okay.
So we talked about the dishy before. So here's just I guess some of the colors, and I got a couple of each color. So this is pretty much all except the variegated that I don't have with me here, but. I think before I said this was light gray and it's actually silver. And this one is actually ash, not
ash,
dark gray. And then mint.
Yeah.
And blush.
Yep. And I can't remember the name of the colors that you gave me, but there was like I think I have one of this one.
Yes.
Right, and then a couple of the teal and the variegated teal and the mint.
Yep.
And then the other one was like a rosy red color. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but they're pretty to put together to do.
Yeah. So.
And then one of the variegated grays.
Variegated grays. Yeah. So. A lot of dishcloths.
That's right. You probably thought they made one, and now it's okay, now we have to make 100 dishcloths.
Might have to change up the dishcloth pattern.
Yeah, well, there's lots of patterns.
Yeah, I know there is.
Ravelry,
so if you've got any suggestions, leave them in the description below, or maybe we'll open the Ravelry thread.
Yeah.
If you've got like a favorite pattern.
Dishcloth pattern, yeah.
Because we've got lots of dishes.
Yep. That's a good idea.
So your acquisition?
Okay. We haven't podcast since. I think the last time we podcast was just before Mother's Day.
Yes.
Yes. So,
yeah.
For Mother's Day, this is what Dad got me.
Your fringe
So
bag.
This is a fringe supply co bag
from
the Beerenmix in Paris. So
special fringe bag.
Yes. A friend of mine, Terry, who owns Feather Your Nest, she went to the retreat in Bath. And so before she went, Dad went in and talked to her and asked her that if she was by any chance going to Le Beerenmix, could she bring me back a bag? So I'm very happy with it. I'm very spoiled.
Yeah.
So that is my fringe supply co bag, and I love it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ross and Terry.
And so my last acquisition is from Leo and Roxy. And I bought this when Mom bought.
When I bought the McSteamy.
When she bought her McSteamy. So this one, because it's a gray color as well, is called Meredith.
That's right. I know. I said I should make myself like a pair in Meredith.
And McSteamy.
And then Dad have a pair of McSteamy.
Yeah.
And then take a picture.
But I mean, it's gray. So
I know.
I had to have it.
But you could put like a nice little, remember I sent you those pictures? I wasn't sure what color to do the heels and the toes in for the
No, this one's going to be all gray.
Oh, it's going to be all gray.
Yeah, it's going to be all gray. I need to do one
pair of all gray?
Yeah, gray socks. And maybe I'll do the socks on the plane.
Yeah, that would look nice.
One.
Or you could look at that KO coffee, whatever
it's hard
it
to
was.
pronounce, but yeah, she's got a lot of...
you could look on theirs. There's a lot of nice textured ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would look nice in the kind of the tonal.
Yep. And I didn't say, but this is obviously the 80-20 sock again. So it's just so pretty.
Yes,
so
pretty.
I actually had looked at this when we went for local yarn shop day.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure, and I
You
ended
had
up getting
already
the
bought
tea
enough by that
rose
point.
again. So, but then I mean, we went and we were just in there, so
Yeah.
I had to.
Well, okay, so my next acquisition is the skein of Olan. Olan is a hand dyer in Ireland, and
Got like a little bit of a halo, eh?
yeah, it's nice. Terry brought this back for me from the retreat that she went
course.
to. So
Yep.
yes, it's very nice. Yeah, I think it's called their Stock Light Base, and it is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. But it's so pretty. I'm not gonna do just socks with it. I think I'll do
A shawl of some
yeah,
sort.
yeah. I'm gonna find a nice like one skein shawl, and like I think the color is just amazing.
It's
It's
really
got the color
pretty.
name on there. It's called Laurel.
This one? Is
Yeah,
that it?
that. I think it's
Can't read
Laurel.
that. No, it's Quarry. It's you were looking at
Was
it
that
upside down.
upside down? Okay.
It's in like.
No, was that Laurel or what was that thing? Laurel or Yeti?
Oh yeah. This is Quarry.
It's Quarry. Okay, we just added a new dimension.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. But yeah, it is really
Well,
pretty.
that actually makes more sense.
Yeah, it
because
does.
looks- I was thinking it was Laurel this
Laurel.
whole time. Anyway, again, beautiful. Thanks, Terry, for bringing this back for me. Because I really wanted to try this yarn.
So is that all your acquisitions?
No, that's not all.
That's all of mine.
Okay, this bag.
Yep.
So you can see it's got our logo on it, Knits and Pieces. So this bag I got for Mother's Day from Jen and Mark.
Yep.
Okay, so Jen has a Cricut,
Yep.
but it cuts fabric as well. So she actually called Jaclyn to make sure it was okay to
Yeah.
use the logo.
Yeah.
And yeah, she put it on the bag for me, and I love it. Like it's kind of like a iridescent pink, and
Yep.
yeah, so we wanted to get her to do some more for us and put
Yeah.
logos on different things. And now Jaclyn wants a Cricut.
I know I want a Cricut too. It's another thing that I want. But
So thanks, Jen and Mark.
yeah. And it's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
Another thing
Another
to add
thing.
to my list.
Okay,
of-
because I liked my
This is so pretty.
the hipster shawl. I know you haven't seen this yet, have
Are you gonna do a hipster shawl on
Yes.
this? No.
This is-
That's. Where did you get this?
At Feather Nest. This is
Is
Crackpacka.
Backpacker.
Crackpacka. It is by Blue Moon Fibre Arts, and it is, feel it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
it's
nice.
really nice. It's 45% baby alpaca, 45% superfine merino, and 10% cultivated silk. And the color is called Mermaid Tears.
Uh-huh.
It's like
So nice. It's like a lavender, but it's got like a little bit of a tonal, but it's kind of gray too.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, it's really pretty. I think that'll make a really nice hipster.
Yeah,
There was
really
someone
nice
that
hipster.
on Instagram, Hands Keeping Busy, I think, that finished one in the Crackpacka, and it's beautiful. You
Yeah.
should go on Instagram and look at it. It's really nice.
Is it anyway? How many skeins? Well, how
3.
quickly- It does take 3.
Yep.
For
Yep.
hipster?
We could go there on local.
Turn away, Mike. Turn away.
Yeah. So
I'm
anyway,
not gonna buy
so
anymore.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
Using that.
that's exciting. I do really like that.
Yeah, and then one more thing. So this is, remember I told you that Clive went back to New Zealand and
Okay.
asked me to get some yarn, and I showed the 2 colors, the shell and the Bendigo,
Mm-hmm.
that I did the 2 color socks by Hohian. So there was these other colors that he brought me too, and this one is called Branches. So I think it's really pretty. It would make nice guy socks. It's
Yeah.
got like brown and blue as well. Nice girl
Well,
socks.
nice,
too,
yeah,
but
nice
yeah.
socks, but like
But it's, you know,
certain
something-
colorways that kind of just like kind of
That, yeah,
look
because
toward like if you're giving a gift. Like,
that's right.
you might not knit that.
No,
socks
I might
in
not knit them
in that color.
But anyways, and this color is called Galloway. Yeah, so it's really pretty. So
Yeah.
I have lots of socks in my future.
Yes.
Okay. And one last thing.
Another one.
This one's actually for you.
What?
Yeah. So you have to open it. It's not from me. It's from Dawn, the Codependent Knitters.
Okay. So exciting.
I know. She gave me that like just shortly after we did our last podcast, and you know how hard it is for me to keep a secret.
Oh my gosh, I probably should have scissors. Oh, no, it's okay. I got it.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, it's so cute.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And it's gray, Jaclyn.
It is gray. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh, thank you, Dot. Oh my gosh, we
Yeah,
gotta
let's
take
open
it
it.
out. Yeah.
Let's open Yeah, she thought you could have like a real project bag.
Oh my gosh. I really wanted one.
I know.
I just that I've been looking and I wanted something that was neutral and black and white or gray.
That's pretty.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so cute. Look at
I know. I had to wait for this whole time to see it. So, and it's got a
oh,
little.
it's got a cute little
sheepy stitch marker. Yep. And so Dawn is one of the codependent knitters, and if you hold that up there, she has an Etsy shop called The Knit's Best Thing.
Yep.
So she has a lot of bags on it, and she does the needle keepers and.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So nice. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Oh, it's nice inside.
Oh, and look at that's so cute. The inside is little polka dots. That's
And does it have a handle too?
What am I gonna put in this? Now I have to decide.
This little handle here too, so you've got something to hang it by.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Now you have to decide what you're gonna knit in there.
I think I'm gonna put my Kestrel project in
Yep. Yeah, it's nice.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Is that it for acquisitions?
That's it for acquisitions. Yes. Oh,
So,
you've got tea and stuff in here too.
even looking inside here. Oh my gosh. Oh, did she write a little note? Aww. That's so sweet. Oh, and there's her card.
Yeah, the Knit's Best Thing.
Knit's Best Thing. I like her card too.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, yep, and some orange cinnamon spice and apple rose hip tea.
Nice. Yeah.
Aw, thank you so much, Dawn. That's so sweet of you.
So.
Okay, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So on to pieces?
Yep.
Should I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. So I talked about, very briefly last episode that I bought a punch needle.
Right.
And I bought the number 14 Oxford punch needle. And I've since also bought the number 10.
So what's the difference between a 14 and a 10?
Just the size of the loop that it makes. Like
Okay.
one's bigger and the size of yarn that you can use on
Okay.
that. So the 14 you can do like sport weight.
Okay.
You can't do like it would be, you need the even smaller one to do like fingering.
Okay.
But
so the bigger the number, the smaller the.
Yes. Yeah, I know, it's kind of confusing, right? Like
okay.
number 14 is actually smaller than the 10. The 10 is like for like bulkier yarns.
Okay.
So I experimented with the number 14 first because it's the first one that I got.
Mm-hmm.
It took a while to find the monk cloth, which you need, because it has a certain count in between that you need. Because
it looks kind of like Ada cloth that you do cross stitch on, but just
it's white, bigger weave or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just did this like the other night because I was just experimenting. Hold it up.
Yeah, it looks cute.
You can't you can kind of see the texture.
Yeah. Is that for Zoe's room?
This is for Zoe's room. Yeah. And I think since this was my first attempt at anything, I think it turned out okay. I did it all freehand. I didn't draw a pattern or anything. So I think next time when I go ahead and do like a bigger piece, I'm gonna design something specifically. Yeah. Because I started this with a heart, and then I was like, oh, I guess I'll just keep going. So this is what I ended up with, and this only took me like I said, a night. Yeah. And that's only a couple hours because I only have usually a couple hours.
But
it
looks like rug hooking.
Yeah, and it is similar, I believe.
Yes.
I don't know exactly
I've got like a rug hooked pillow. I didn't do it, but I really love it and love the texture of it. But I'm not sure how to do it.
This whole world of punch needle is brand new to me. So I've really only
yeah, it's cute.
I've looked at.
But you could almost do a rug.
Yeah, so I have to do a little more research about how to
finish things
at the end, because it's very easy to pull out. I'm not just a little bit worried.
Well, there must be a way. Maybe it's when I don't know. It's either when you start it so that you've caught it, or you have to do something at the end. Because when you start it, that part you'd probably be going over, right?
No,
you hold
it and it goes through. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay. No, you'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, it's kind of like a learning process.
Don't let Zoey touch the back.
I've got it taped up on the back, so if she gets a hold of it, nothing's coming loose. But like I said, next time I think I'll design an actual pattern.
Yep.
and pick my colors, because again, I just kind of used what I had on hand. Like I would probably change the contrast of the colors a little bit more so things stand out a little bit better.
Yeah.
And you can use the two like sizes of the punch needles together.
Oh,
just to
okay,
get,
so
like,
get different texture. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like I said, kind of a learning experience as I go along, because I've only really looked at a couple of Instagram like stories, and there is like a little like instruction booklet that comes with the punch needle. So I've just kind of looked at that and just kind of going for it and seeing
looks good.
What goes on. So yeah, I think it turned out okay for my first piece. Yeah. But yeah, that's my piece for this episode.
And mine for this episode is I finished some tea towels. They're basically, I'll take this off here, and these were, I had them kind of put together as, I gave them out as prizes at a shower, but somebody forgot theirs, so I have to give it to her after. So this is just, I just did like the Hudson's Bay colors, and there's the full length of the tea towel. So I just, when I warp up the loom, it does 3 of them. So then like when you're done, you kind of have waste yarn in between the different ones, and then you zigzag it and cut it, and but so I had got a set of those.
Oh, okay, so there's like it's like one.
It's like
big
3 in one big piece. You actually could almost do one that big and use it as a table runner.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
So so that's awesome. So I got to get the loom warped up again with something else. So
and then you've got one of your little tags that you
just a little. I just like putting a little like handmade or something.
It's cute.
We have to get our little logo on there.
We should design something
that
says
knits
ours.
Yeah, so that's all of my pieces for this. Yes, and we had no RFOs this week, so nothing that we have to fix, because I still haven't fixed the ones that I was supposed to fix from last time, but they'll get done.
Yep. So that being said, we just want to thank everybody again for watching, for those who have subscribed, and for those who've joined in on our Ravelry group.
Yeah, thanks for participating in the Ravelry group. We really appreciate it, and. We want to say thanks to the people that have given us prizes, like Dawn from Crafty Mama, the prize that we're giving out today. She's been very generous to give that to us so that we can share with you. Yeah. And we'd also like to thank Leo and Roxy, and we'll be giving that prize away on the next podcast. Again, very kind of these people to share with us.
Yep.
So.
And then of course I want to say thanks again to Dawn from the Knit Fest thing for my project bag. I'm super excited to my project.
And check out like all of those makers have really nice. I think Dawn's and Etsy, and the other two have web addresses. So go check out the products. We'll
link everything down below.
Yeah. Yep.
So thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Happy
See you next
knitting.
time. Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, so
can you play peekaboo? Can you show me? You do it.
Where's Zoey?
Peekaboo! Oh, gotta lift it higher, baby girl. Ready?
Peekaboo!
Peekaboo! Rise it up. Ready?
Peekaboo!
Peekaboo! Yeah. Yeah. Peekaboo. That's how you do it.